What's the tariff on bananas? Americans, by the way, love bananas. We buy billions of them a year. I love bananas. What's the tariff on bananas?
There's no use for 60% enriched uranium. I know we're getting a little technical here, but there's no use for it. You don't use it to create electricity. You don't use it to create anything for medical purposes. The only reason to have 60% enriched uranium is to be able to enrich it to 90% and put it in a bomb.
Tell me, how did they threaten him?
Well, all I know is that they threatened him, sir.
What does that mean?
Fair enough.
He said something nasty.
Is the government in touch with these companies? Are you helping to backstop them?
You don't even know what the threat was. What was the threat? I haven't heard it.
CNN's having another hilarious meltdown on live television. Marco Rubio sets the record straight on Iran. Somebody in Congress brought a banana as a prop. Literally. I mean, it's hilarious. And that's not even the best part. The best part is a reporter starts to try to swirl these rumors right to President Trump's face. Well, Iran's going to do all this and that. Trump calls the bluff. Oh, yeah? What's going to happen? What rumors? What do they say they're going to do? They're going to use bombs. They're going to use this. They're going to tell me what was said that's going to happen. And then I'll tell you the answer. It's freaking hilarious. This whole video, late night video, jam packed right to the tits. Hope you enjoy it. All I ask for returns for you guys to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then have a good laugh with me. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of a war, and that is such an important point. And the president is walking around with giant renderings of a ballroom that no one has approved, that he just has come up with out of his own mind.
Privately funded, idiot.
There is a tone deafness here, and it's part and parcel. I mean, with all the other things. His name is going on an airport in Florida. Okay, fine. He wants to put his name on the Kennedy Center, which is also going to be challenged. He put his name on the Institute of Peace. He's signing currency, which has never been done before from a sitting president. This is stuff that you see in let's put it this way, non-democratic nations, not things that you see in the United States of America.
Are you guys really that mad about the ballroom?
That's one hell of an accusation. The ballroom thing is really funny because it's entirely privately funded. So I don't understand why they keep saying money's being wasted here and there. It's privately funded. I mean, what the hell does it matter? Get over it, man. You should be happy. Not one single taxpayer's dollar is going to that.
I mean, honestly, there's a giant hole in the ground now. What are we going to do? Just leave it there? When you get the government involved in building stuff, ask the people in California what happens when the government gets involved in building stuff. You don't build anything. There's a big hole. I agree.
This is like saying, we burned down the house, so what are we going to do?
Yeah,
I guess we have to rebuild it. He tore down the ballroom
at a private contribution.
I think it's fair for Americans to be upset about
what he
tearing down the East Wing.
Which I think has tremendous historical value that nobody even bothered to save anywhere. I am pissed at what he's done to Jackie Kennedy's garden. Is it the thing I'm most pissed off about? No, I care a lot more about the people that have gotten killed in the streets of Minneapolis, but I think it's pretty outrageous that he is acting like a king and destroying history.
Should we leave it?
Leave it what?
Should we leave a hole in the ground?
No, maybe we should ask architects and a board of people that know this.
Maybe he should go to Congress.
Maybe he should go to Congress.
I don't mind that. If they want to approve it, fine. It's being paid for by private donations. If Congress needs to put a single line in a bill that says, by all means, build a ballroom, fine with me. You could probably get the Republicans to do that.
Why do you think Trump
president has wanted, by the way, a bigger and better facility?
But why do you think Trump didn't bother? If he was going to, if this was such an easy ask, you go to Congress, you ask them to just, create a little line. They don't have to appropriate any money, no problem. Why didn't he just do that in the first place?
Well, they have a different legal interpretation that they don't need it. A, B, and again, you get government involved in building stuff, and things simply just don't.
But they are the government.
And I mean, why is this being left out constantly? Not a single taxpayer's dollar has gone towards this. Everybody should be happy that it's privately funded. What's the outrage? It's a building that, I mean, CNN's never going to get to go in anyways. So who cares? The last announcement that President Trump gave of the building is a massive military area right under the ballroom. That sounds pretty cool. America should be actually celebrating that.
Mr. President, the Iranian government threatened a bunch of U.S. companies today in the region, including Google, Apple.
With what? What do they threaten them with? BB guns? Or
well,
they don't have much left to threaten.
My question for you is, are you?
I don't know. I mean, what are they? You made a statement. What did they threaten them with? I don't know. Tell me, how did they threaten him?
Well, all I know is that they threatened him, sir.
What does that mean?
Fair enough.
He said something nasty.
Is the government in touch with these companies? Are you helping to backstop them?
You don't even know what the threat was. What was the threat? I haven't heard it. What was the threat? Did they say they're going to blow him up? They're going to hit him? They're not. You know what they're not going to do? They're not going to hit him with a nuclear weapon.
Is this something you're concerned about, sir?
No.
Iran's IRGC issues a warning that they will target 18 U.S. technology companies if the U.S. continues targeted assassinations of Iranian leaders beginning on April 1st. Those companies include NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft.
Most of those people are dead already.
If you come to the White House and you want to speak to President Trump, you better be bringing facts. Oh my goodness. I mean, we all saw the rumors, circling social media earlier. Iran's going to attack these, companies in the Middle East. That's it. That's all we heard. So, I mean, I'm with President Trump on this one. That reporter looks like a bag of nails, I tell you.
There's no use for 60% enriched uranium. I know we're getting a little technical here, but there's no use for it. You don't use it to create electricity. You don't use it to create anything for medical purposes. The only reason to have 60% enriched uranium is to be able to enrich it to 90% and put it in a bomb. That's the only reason to have it. Iran has no reason to have it. They should give it up. They've been given multiple opportunities to give it up. They've had multiple countries, including countries they consider friendly to them, approach them and say, turn it over to us. They continue to refuse to do so. So why do they continue to refuse to turn over 60% enriched uranium? There's only one reason, and that is because they want to hold it and keep it to one day use it to build a bomb. That's the only way. And they were going to hide behind all of these missiles, all of these drones, their Navy and their Air Force. They were going to keep building those up to the point where then they would say to the world, you can't do anything about it because we'll launch these missiles against you and destroy you. Look, this is the weakest Iran has ever been. This is the weakest Iran certainly has been in 25 years. Right now, look at the damage they've been able to inflict on their neighbors at their weakest point. Imagine 2 years from now when they had the opportunity to double the number of missiles they had, to double the number of drones they had. Imagine that. That was not going to happen. The president was not going to allow that to happen. That's why he took action. And again, I want to remind, because I hear these news reports and it's very frustrating that we don't know what the objectives are. The objectives are very clear. I want to repeat them again, and we're going to achieve all 4 of them. We're going to destroy their Air Force. We already have done it. We're going to destroy their Navy. We've largely done that. We're going to destroy their factories that make these missiles and these drones, and we are going to severely degrade their missile launchers so that they can't fire these multiple salvos against their neighbors and threaten us, threaten our troops in the region, and threaten our allies in the region. And we are well on our way to achieving all 4 of those objectives. Those objectives will be achieved. They'll be achieved here very soon.
Amen. I mean, that sounds phenomenal, right? And he's got a point. Once you get to 6%, you're well beyond how much you ever need for, a nuclear power plant for energy, commercial or residential energy needs. You're getting to the point where obviously you have one goal, right? And it's escalated to well beyond the 60% mark and to make something that's big, bad, and evil. So most developed countries in the world agree that Iran should not have nuclear weapons. Now, whether you think that America should be involved in the Iran conflict right now, that's up for debate, right? You can have your opinion on that, but at the end of the day, I think we can all agree the less amount of terrorists in this world, the better.
58 years because of us. And really, Chicago should call and say we'd like help. New York should call. They've had a lot of problems that we want help. Los Angeles should call and probably will. I think they have to. Now, we're going to have to do something when it comes World Cup time, and we're going to have to force ourselves upon them, which we have the right to do because we don't want to have any crime. We don't want to have any problems for the Olympics and the World Cup, and even for 250. So with all of that...
lots of big things under President Trump, right? Lots of big things. 250, the massive UFC fight that's going to take place on the lawn, the upcoming Olympics, I believe, out of Los Angeles, the FIFA World Cup later this year. I mean, lots of great things happening for the United States under President Trump.
The Supreme Court tomorrow is going to hear arguments about your executive order trying to get rid of birthright citizenship.
And I'm going.
You're going to go to the Supreme Court
I think so.
tomorrow
I do believe
and just sit there and listen.
because I have listened to this argument for so long, and this is not about Chinese billionaires or billionaires from other countries who all of a sudden have 75 children or 59 children in one case or 10 children becoming American citizens. This was about slaves. And if you take a look, slaves, we're talking about slaves from the Civil War, and if you take a look at when it was filed, all of this legislation, all of this, everything having to do with birthright citizenship, it was at the end of the Civil War. The reason was it had to do with the babies of slaves and the protection of the babies of slaves. It didn't have to do with the protection of multi-millionaires and billionaires wanting to have their children get an American citizenship. It is the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's been so badly handled by legal people over the years. If you look at the original birthright citizenship papers, they all happened right after the Civil War. The reason was it had to do with the babies of slaves. And hopefully it's going to say, because our country is being scammed. We're getting all of these people. They're selling the rights to them. People are making a big living, getting hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars from bringing people in and saying, congratulations, your whole family is going to be a citizen of the United States of America. That's not what it was for. It wasn't for billionaires bringing people in or family in. It was for the children of slaves. And what you really have to do, and I don't think the lawyers talk about it as much, look at when the Civil War ended and look at the date of when this was enacted. Okay.
He's got a really good point. It's hard to argue with President Trump on this one. And then we're going to take a look at this banana situation because this is going to make you laugh.
What's the tariff on bananas? Americans, by the way, love bananas. We buy billions of them a year. I love bananas. What's the tariff on bananas?
The tariff on bananas would be representative of the countries that produce them.
And what's that tariff?
Generally 10%.
Correct, 10%. And Walmart has already increased the cost of bananas by 8%.
But as countries do deals with us, that will go to zero. As countries do deals with us, that will go to zero. But the cost is on the American
consumer now and on the businesses with the confusion now. Mr. Secretary, I believe you know better. I believe you recognize that a trade deficit is not something to fear. I believe you know that predictability, stability is essential for businesses. I wish you would show that truth to this administration, and I yield back.
Time of the gentlelady is expired.
Would you mind, Mr. Chairman, if I make one quick comment to the end? Would that be okay?
I'm sorry?
Would you mind if I make one quick comment to the representative?
Sure. Please.
There's no uncertainty if you build in America and you produce your product in America, there will be no tariff.
We can't produce bananas in America.
Building in America and paying no tariff is very, very clear.
We cannot build bananas in America.
Time of the gentle.
Cannot build bananas in America. Well, when you go to the top comment right here, Democrats love to lie. Hawaii is the largest producer in the United States of bananas. Significant cultivation on the Big Island, Maui, Oahu, and Kauai, if I'm saying that properly, then in Florida and other southern regions. So America absolutely does produce bananas. I mean, that's kind of weird that Democrats are going around pretending like that's not the case. But of course, other geographical advantages that other countries may have gives them the ability to produce more, but America can build bananas. That was kind of weird. That was kind of weird. Anyways, that's the video. I told you it's going to be a funny one. All I ask is for you guys to hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.